Hi, my name is Barbara Shep, and I currently chair the Veteran Service Committee for the York Elks Lodge number 213. The Elks Lodge Veteran Service Committee is part of the steering committee for the All Vets to DC. I first came up with this idea back in 2013, and I had a father who was a World War II veteran. And he became very ill, and he passed away at 92. But when he was about 90 years old, I said to my dad, I said, "Dad, it's time to do your bucket list, and I want to make your bucket list come true. Tell me what your bucket list is now." And he said, "Barb, I only want one thing. I want to see the WW2 Memorial." When he said that to me, I knew how important that was to him. So I figured it had to be just as important to every other veteran. The first time we went was 2013, and it was Mr. Bailey sponsored my bus for me, and we took one busload of vets down.
We have a long history of Yorkers being in the military, dating back to the Revolutionary War. So we have a long battle history. Yorkers have always supported their family members, friends who have been in the military. We are very, very big pro-veteran. And I think it just goes to show by how much community support for every veteran initiative, whether it's been a memorial for one of the wars. So we've always appreciated, always honored, and have always really stood behind our veterans.
My name is John Bailey, and with my partner Rodney Seacrest, who is an Air Force veteran. Rodney back there, we own and operate Bailey Coach here in York. We'd like to welcome everybody back for All Vets to DC. Incredible how it's grown. I know last year we had a beautiful day. God smiled on us again today. It's a little on the cool side, but it's not raining like it was yesterday, so we're very fortunate. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the people that helped and all the committee people, but most especially Barb Shep, and I also want to thank Brenda Shue from our office. You know, a lot of people ask me, why do you do this? And I basically say because we're able to. We're glad to donate our services today to transport. We have 675 veterans and guests going down to Arlington. So a little bit why I like to give back. I want to tell you a little bit about Bailey's story. My father was a captain in World War II. My mother was a lieutenant in World War II. And my father was the Graves and Registration Officer for the 1st and 9th Armies. He landed in Normandy on August the 8th. And ironically today, November the 8th, would have been his 104th birthday today. My father and his roommate went out with my mother and her roommate on a double date, but they didn't go out together. And until the night was over, they switched. And so I stand before you. Okay? So that's the Bailey story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay?
Service members always have a million stories, and that's what we like to spend a lot of our times doing when we talk to each other, is telling our Army stories. I'm an Army aviator, and of course immediately as an Army aviator, the artillerymen and the infantrymen pick on you because you're not doing it quite well enough or right enough, you're not tough enough. And of course if you're in the Army, you're not good enough to be in the Marines, you're not smart enough to be in the Air Force and all that stuff. Sure, we have stories, but I think the bigger story is that everybody came together on one team to defend our liberty, to defend our country, our Constitution, and that's what this whole thing is about. Those are the stories that are really important, our shared belief in an ideal of America's a great place. The things that we believe in are worth defending with your life, and that's the bigger story. So we're very close to Veterans Day, right? And so it's really important for veterans to tell the story, right, of Veterans Day, because a lot of times people confuse Memorial Day with Veterans Day. Veterans Day is a little different than that, but it's so it's close to that. So it's important, and of course, what's important to me me right now is all these veterans that are here that have come to Arlington to be with each other. And veterans are a very unique and special group with shared experiences, unlike other people, and and oftentimes it has to do with unfortunate circumstances and shared sacrifice and shared suffering. And so the uniqueness of that community and their ability to get together, share stories, kind of validate the things that they've been through. And what's really great, in my opinion, is that folks that maybe haven't served and are younger are here to hear those stories and talk with them as well, because one of the important things about these stories is preserving them for the future, because those stories encompass the cost of freedom that we all have, and somebody paid for that, and it's those veterans that you're talking to and ones that are no longer here for various reasons. And that's the real importance, and I think the draw for me of this visit and this event.
I think this is a very patriotic day. I mean, the opportunity to come down to Arlington National Cemetery with, we have 12 buses today that were supplied by Bailey Travel, almost 700 people, and we think there are probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 veterans. But just to be able to walk through, Arlington National Cemetery, see all the headstones. We went up to, President Kennedy's grave. We went up and we watched the changing of the guard, the unknown soldier. When you come here, there's an element of peacefulness. And I just think it's good to go around with a lot of the veterans and just meet more people and talk. But I think everybody just likes coming here. You look around and you think about there are 400,000 people that are buried here. And you just think about all those people that have given their lives for, what we enjoy, our freedoms and to protect the United States of America.